Okay, this is take 2. Had a couple things happen just then. One, something decided to die. I don't know what it was. My phone cut out. The other was I hit a bump hard enough that it spun the thing around. You know? That just feels so weird. Yeah, that feels weird. I don't know if anyone hopped over. I nearly lost my phone. Hit a bump and the whole thing just went upside down. I'm like, oh shit. That didn't work out too well. What's it saying? This cannot be played in the background. What else is here? View my stream. And it's playing. Okay. There we are. Now stop and check the chat again. I'm sorry, I lost my signal. It's cooled down enough I can wear my jacket, so that is just awesome. I'll put my visor down once I get through this intersection. There we go. There we go. Now I'm up here on the FM road. So once again, leave a comment. Let me know how's it sound. How you doing? Let me know you're out there if you're out there. Maybe tonight's just not my night. I don't know. I'm gonna scratch my nose. Probably need to go a little faster. I don't feel like fast. Sunday. I never feel like doing that. Sip. Enjoy yourself. And sometimes it's just you want to ride fast. And you just want. And then there's some times where you're like, not really. I just want to do my thing. One of those bumps got bad. If you made it back over, let me know you're there. hit the like button, all that good stuff. Lick the light, as they molest. Sometimes though, you just want to just chill out, get in all the sights. It's not really about anything. It's amazing what you can do, anything at all. Just release whatever you've got frustrating you, and you just want to I did that this my front wheel tried to get some ups on me. I'm like, whoa, it's not the time for that. Definitely not the time for that. You know, it'd be really cool if you had like the heads-up display in your helmet, and I'm sure they make one somewhere for a price that I'm not gonna pay. But like where you can do all that, and it all shows up in your helmet instead of like on my phone and stuff over there. So kind of like what were those cars? My cousin bought one and he wrecked it. It had the heads-up display in the windshield, so all your gauges and everything were in the windshield on the car. But do that like with your visor. That would be awesome. And you get messages and stuff, and you could read them. Somewhere through here my signal's going to cut out a bit too. I would take another route, but I want to get home. I want to get home. There's cold beer and a brunette at my house, and I would like to get there. I'm tired. Anybody else put in a 16-hour work day today, or is it just me? Probably just me. I know some of y'all work hours like that. I can't remember if it's around the school or the baseball fields. I think it's the road. Once I get to the baseball field, starts to cut out. So when it starts to cut out, bear with me, and I'm gonna go to the gas station, which is like a mile or two down the road. Where have we found neutral today, class? Right there. And when I get to the gas station, I'll read the comments. We're only about 4 or 5 minutes from there anyways. Is it a prison? Is it a school? Who knows? They're built by the same people. Literally design and all that stuff by these same people. It'd be cool if we went back to like the one-room schoolhouses. I mean, with modern amenities, but we're soon going to be at a point where that whole school's almost unnecessary. It'll be like, you know, growing up, you'd see these kids going to school using a CB and all that stuff in like Australia. They're in the outback and they're in the middle of nowhere. And we had kind of a good test of that with all the COVID and everything. You know, and it's got its pluses and minuses and what have you. A lot of that's because we're not used to doing it. But you would be able to keep so much more control over what your kids were learning. And I know they're like, the parent can't be in the room when you're doing... No, fuck you. Parent has every right to be in the room. Honestly, they got every right to be in a classroom at the school. School is not a daycare. I know some people think it's a daycare. It's not a daycare. And I know some teachers and stuff think they ought to be raising your children, but that is not their job. Their job is to teach your children. You teach them math. That's what you teach them. But then again, we've got lazy parents who don't teach kids wouldn't do that and everything else. And, well, you were. Why wouldn't they? And then we end up with these pregnant 14 and 15-year-olds because they would never. But then everyone also has so much access to information now. I don't know. There's access to information. There's more information and simultaneously more bullshit and propaganda, you know, that we have access to than at any other time in human history. In fact, probably more than at any time in human history combined. So do with that what you will. You know? But all the resources and stuff are there too, where you can teach. Most states have a homeschool program run through the state where they have a curriculum and you're teaching your kid at home. And they also have groups where you can get together with other homeschool kids and all that kind of stuff, and you got to go in for testing and all that. I wonder if that would be better than the modern version of school, which is just an indoctrination system in large part. I mean, the education keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I'm sure every generation thinks a generation or two after them is stupid. They're probably not as stupid as we think they are, but their education is definitely getting worse. That much I know for sure. I do not know what that little light is. A little light is saying something, and I do not know what it's saying. I will find out. I know the N is on there for neutral. So who's out there? Desert Outlaw, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. I will try to ride safe as I can. Frogzilla, hello. Yeah, the kids are feeling misery. Public schools are, Carlin kind of had it right, where they want you just smart enough to run the machines, but not smart enough to question the ever increasingly shitty pay. You know, you listen to what most of our parents are and some of your grandparents talking about starting off with nothing, and you know, when they were making minimum wage, the minimum wage in 1961 was the equivalent of making $28 an hour today. I think $28.50, something like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's way more. It's 3-4 times the money that we're making now. Why do I have the Wheel of Death? Okay, I had the wheel of death there. We'll see if it works. But we con people into thinking they need a college education, and that's become like a predatory thing with our kids, where in a way these schools and everything are preying on our kids and saddling them with debt for an education they're not really going to use, or they're not going to make much money, or that's outdated by the time they get it. They'd be better off getting a trade, you know. And a lot of them you don't have to pay to get. You know, you can start from the bottom and work up and learn. And a lot of the trades are getting replaced by AI and all that stuff too. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. I know our money's worth less and less and less. Our jobs are getting replaced by automation and you know, AI. You know, once they combine the two, we're just fucked. And I don't know what's going to happen there, but they got to do something. They're not going to be able to pay us all enough UBI to keep us happy, you know. Hell, my family escaped communism. I don't think we should go to anything like that. Not that I don't think a work farm would be good for a lot of people. You know, that's a different subject. I don't tolerate laziness very well. I've worked my ass off my entire life. You know, if I get to the point where I can't work, just let me take care of that problem and I won't be a problem anymore. You know, it's one of those things. But anyways, I'm going to have to go home before she gets mad at me, so let me check the chat again. So you're back. I always figured it's better to get a trade. Oh yeah, I mean, you start off, these kids are starting off with, you know, a home loan, and I'm not talking a home like I bought. I'm talking, some of these kids are starting off with like an expensive home, and they don't have a home, and they can't. That's one of the reasons they can't buy a home. The other is that the homes are just too damn expensive to begin with. I can't afford to sell my house and buy another. I just can't. I'm lucky I bought my house when I did. I gotta fight them on taxes every year, but that's a whole different story. But anyways, I will catch y'all later. I might do that video on checking belt tension I was talking about in the previous chat. So, y'all take care. Thank you so much for watching. You're all awesome. Hit that like button on your way out. Share if you can. And I try to ride safe as much as I can. I'll catch y'all later. And look, I'm wearing leather. It's cooled off enough I can wear leather. It was only like 91 today. But anyways, I will catch y'all later. So, adios, vaya con Dios, nashla, ciao. Deuces, yo.